Test. Okay, there we go. I forgot to unmute. Oops. Hello, long time no see, everyone. Sorry for the lack of streams. You know, not being a full-time or even a part-time streamer, I don't make any money off of this actually. Yeah, you know, full-time jobs, full-time life. Kind of hard. I haven't even found time to play games that I wanted to play, to be honest. Like I have Triangle Strategy and Kirby queued up, but I haven't even taken them out of their packaging, which is kind of sad. But yeah, finally I found some time to stream today, so here we are. We'll be playing a short game, hopefully not a series. I don't actually know how long this game is, but we should be able to get through most of it. I don't know if this is a very long game at all, so I think we should be able to take care of it today. But it's a game called Bad End Theater. I haven't actually seen any gameplay of it, though I did discover it through other streamers. So it's kind of where I found it, but I technically did watch like the first like 5 seconds of it, and before deciding it was like a cool game that I want to check out for myself. So yeah, other than kind of the basic premise where you're going to be creating your own stories, kind of, or like your own theater plays. Basically, you make all the choices and the play will play itself out. So it's kind of the gist of the game. So let me unmute the game itself. Hopefully you can hear that, not too loud, not too quiet. Hopefully my voice still is audible through the game. I'm also trying out a new thing. I have recording set up on OBS. So there was an issue last time, I think, where I basically lost footage. And so I'm just making sure I have a backup available in case something goes wrong with the original stream. So hopefully it doesn't tax my machine too much, but we'll try it out. Cool. And with that, I guess we'll head right into Bad End Theater. Content warning: blood, gore, violence, strong language. So I think it's just cartoon violence as far as I'm aware, so it shouldn't be anything too bad, but fair bit of warning. Let's get into it. I actually think it's just click. I don't think I actually need to. Welcome to Bad End Theater. On this stage, we shall be toying with fate. You'll make many choices, unlocking darker and darker paths, all in order to witness a lovely variety of tragic events. But first, allow me to explain how it works. To begin this tutorial, select whichever doll you like. You are the human doll, the demon doll. Let's go simple. You control the human doll. You're a friendly little guy, just minding your own business. How will you interact with the demon doll? I don't want to attack it. Well, it is a demon. Let's play nice. You try to make friends with the demon doll, but it kills you in cold blood. How ruthless. That's not nice. What? You found your very first bad ending, but don't worry, the story will not end here. Let's reset the stage and try again. This time, try controlling the other doll. The demon doll. You can control the demon doll. You're a fierce looking guy, just minding your own business. How will you interact with the human doll? What if I play nice? You and the human doll are able to set aside your differences and become friends. Why, this isn't a bad ending at all. I should have written out this possibility. It's just not suited to my theater whatsoever. Now that you know how the story goes, you can set the doll's behavior in advance. As you just saw, these behaviors will automatically be set to what you chose during your last playthrough. But now you can turn each one on or off without having to play it from that doll's perspective. Yes, my theater actually doubles as a puzzle game. Now try turning the doll's behavior on and off to see the different outcomes. Okay. You are a hostile human, and I am a human doll. You control the demon doll. You're a friendly little guy, just mind your own business. How you interact with the demon doll? Wait. I thought I checked hostile, but let me attack it. You kill the demon doll in cold blood. How ruthless. Wait, what is this button? Do you understand how to play? Yeah, I get it. It's not what I wanted, but let's say we got it. This game saves your progress automatically, so just relax and collect all the bad endings at your own pace. Now without further ado, let's start the show. Ooh. I want to be the hero. Ooh. You are the hero. You like to think of yourself as a pretty reliable and swell guy. Your life has been rather ordinary, aside from the occasional heroic adventures fighting evil monsters and whatnot. You were told a maiden from your village has been kidnapped, and is likely being held captive at the nearby Demon Overlord's castle. Who even puts a village right next to where an entire demon army hangs out? You don't get it. I mean... yeah, if you really think about it. Why would you build... or it could just be that the Demon Lord built that castle next to your village. I mean, you don't want to be the one to move out, right? You're happy to protect the town people, though. You were born to play this role. You head off on your adventure to rescue the maiden, but demon soldiers block your path. You could kill them to gain experience. Bravely slaughter the evil creatures. You make quick work of the vile creatures who stood in your way. You feel much stronger now. After a long trek, you make it to the castle's front gates. You are faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. There's no way to sneak past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord. You're just gonna carve our way through. You gather your courage. This is what must be done in order to rescue the maiden. Hello. Hello, welcome. These are all evil demons anyway. The world is much safer with them gone. This is what you tell yourself while you kill one after another on your way to the Overlord's chambers. The Overlord appears, demanding to know what the hell you're doing murdering all her soldiers. You get straight to the point and ask her where the maiden is. She feigns ignorance, a convincing act, but you won't be fooled. If the maiden isn't here, then what happened to her? You can only see one answer. The Overlord definitely captured her. In fact, it's possible she's already been devoured. Thinking about that poor maiden's fate fills you with hatred. You fight the Overlord with everything you've got. You become strong from the hordes of demons you took down before this final battle. The Overlord is almost no match for you. You cut her to pieces. The Overlord has fallen. You breathe a sigh of relief, but your job is not yet finished. You search the castle. Unfortunately, you find no sign of the maiden within its walls. Just as you suspected, she must have already been devoured. You feel hollow. A great evil has been banished from this world. But what did that matter if you were too weak to save someone? You stand alone amidst the carnage and ponder what it means to be a hero. Mic sounds noisy. Ooh, okay. Let me lower my volume for a bit. Is that any better? I'm not sure I can mess with the audio settings too much while I'm streaming, unfortunately, but hopefully that's better. La. I just lowered the mic volume a bit. Let me lower the game audio to kind of match it. Hopefully that's better. Just quieter, but still noisy. Yeah, I have actually been getting some feedback that my mic hasn't been sounding very good lately. I have tried to fix it actually, but I think it might actually be a hardware issue. Like the mic has started to crap out, which is kind of unfortunate because it's not even that old. But yeah, thanks for letting me know. I will look into trying to fix it. If not, maybe I'll have to get a new mic, but at least right now, I don't see a way I can mess with it, unfortunately. Actually, what does this do? Noise suppression, Marvel, okay. Okay, I messed with it a little bit, but I'm not sure if it changed anything. But yeah, it sounded better on Discord. Okay, yeah, it must be some. Well, I've heard it. I've gotten feedback that even on Discord it's a little bit weird. So I'll have to see. But yeah, hopefully it's not. It is better? Oh, okay. Weird. Well, continue on then. You stand alone amidst the carnage and ponder what it means to be a hero. Return to the Overlord's remains and wrap her head in your cape to bring her back to the village. Surely your great victory will be celebrated. Failed hero end. What? Mafuyu! Wait, I don't actually get what these things do. Dutiful. Okay. Weird. Okay, let's go through the hero's story again. Blah blah blah, your life is blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. Let's do the cowardly hero this time. Really like a coward. Forgetting your pride, you escape with your life. But you can't return home now, your reputation will be ruined. You wonder how you'll ever be able to rescue that maiden all on your own, if you can't even fight some lousy demon underlings. But take your chances at the castle. You're a hero after all, this is your job. After a long trek, you make it to the castle's front gates. You're faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. There's no way to sneak past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord. Ask to let you in. You go up to the nearest demon and explain why you've come here. They stare down and you feel very uncomfortable. But they seem to trust you and escort you directly to the Overlord chambers. That was easy. The Overlord is alone. You ask about the maiden, but the Overlord doesn't seem to know what you're talking about. Was she never really here? You wonder what could have happened to her. The Overlord says that she wishes she could help you, but you're the first human that's come in here forever. At least that she knows of. You think of how you probably shouldn't trust her, seeing as she's a demon and all, but you can't really prove she's lying either. You apologize for the intrusion and return home to your village. The maiden was never found. Useless hero and... I don't actually know what these toggles do. I'm curious. You can be both. Huh. Maybe I should have done the tutorial better, but... Let's leave both checked. Because I can still do all the choices. Bravely slaughter the evil creatures. Ask if they'll let you in. You attempt to explain what you've done, but the monsters out before you is eyeing you with suspicion. They can't help but notice the demon blood from earlier you haven't had the chance to wash off yet. Oops. You have no choice but to fight the army in self-defense. Oh well, more expense points for you. Okay. I think everything else is the same. Interesting. Okay, I think that's everything for the hero for now. Let's do the maiden. You are a maiden. You live in a peaceful village next to a spooky demon's overlord's castle. You're told that you are fated to be captured by the overlord one day because you are a beautiful young girl. Demon overlords apparently love capturing those. You think of how you haven't heard of that actually happening to anyone, but maybe the demons just haven't been given the opportunity. Who knows? You are in a church. You pray to your god, asking why you have been born into this role of maiden. You respect the divine plan and all, but you're really just curious as to what the point of it is. You are impatient. Being a demon actually sounds pretty gosh darn exciting. Maybe you'd understand your role better if you would just hurry up and get captured already. You leave a note and venture forth to find the demon, just to, you know, see what happens. Not long before your little adventure, a demon underling appears before you. Looks pretty scary. You know, we're a polite maid, then. You tell the demon your name and explain that you're a demon from the maiden from the village. The demon suddenly jumps on you and starts biting a lot. How painful. This plan of yours was completely stupid, you think. Why couldn't you have just been more patient? Why did you go looking for trouble? You aren't angry or anything, of course. It's all your fault for trusting a demon not to devour you on sight. This is your punishment for questioning fate, you guess. Bit by bit you were swallowed by the demon until you are no more. Oh. A consumed maiden end. Oh. Ah. I see. Not what I was expecting. Actually, let me skip. Yeah, skip works. Shout for a hero to come save you. You yell, but a hero does not come. Why? What if I'm... Oh, wait, okay, let me see how these toggles work, actually. So I'm actually polite? Nope, okay. Interesting. Okay. Set behaviors. Oh! I think the toggles affect the other character's actions. So if I do something with the underling, maybe I can get more results for the maiden. Oh! You're a demon underling in service of the Overlord. You are particularly strong, but not particularly weak either. That's what your friends tell you. Average. Perfectly average. You know, it's not a bad thing being average. Average just means you're normal, you know? Your job is to guard the castle and keep humans away. It's unbearably boring. Heroes rarely come all the way here to challenge the Overlord anyway. A lot of standing in one place, staring into nothing. You feel like you're gonna go crazy if you don't get a break. You just have to ask the Overlord for a day off. She gives you an earful about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. You wait for her to finish her lecture before returning to your post. What does she know about anything? Who made her the boss of everyone? You complain about the Overlord to your friends. They agree that she is kind of a snob, and totally deserves to kick off her throne. You only wanted to vent your frustrations, but the conversation somehow turned into an assassination plot. You should probably steer this in a responsible direction. Now let's overthrow her. No, you're sick of this Overlord holding you and your friends back. You agree that it's time for a change of management. Your friend suggests maybe you should be the new Overlord. You like the sound of that. You will announce your first act of rebellion to take that day off like you wanted. Your friends aren't very impressed. You're sure that you'll talk more about the assassination thing when you get back, which satisfies them. You sneak out of the castle to have some fun. The change of atmosphere excites you. You spend some time rolling around in the grass, wild and free. As you make your way along the path to a nearby human village, you encounter a maiden. She greets you and says she has a favor to ask. You consider your options. Cover her up. Maidens aren't the best meal, but you figure you should live up to your demon name and strike back against the humans. You start devouring the maiden without so much as a second thought. You feel quite proud of that. Other humans would surely praise you with curses if they were around to see. Oh man, if only someone could have been watching. Time to find an audience for all your evil deeds. You wander into the nearby village. The people are screaming and running away, throwing rocks at you and whatnot. You think that's pretty rude of them. You haven't even done anything yet. Put on a show? Oh. You attack the nearest human. He's old and weak, and his bones crunch delightfully. Your audience screams grow louder. Applause. You think, hey, this is actually pretty fun. I should have taken a run like this a lot sooner. As you continue your bloodthirsty dance, striking the villagers down, you fail to notice a sword-wielding hero running towards you. Takes you out in one swift blow. You're the demon underling after all. As you die, you think, that was totally worth it. The curtain closes. Performer underling end. Interesting. That's a very evil demon. Okay. Kinda curious. Look, so if I uncheck these and play this. So let's overthrow this time. No! Okay, hang on. She's very frightened and screams for a hero to come save her. You consider your options. Tell her to quit yelling. Oh, so it is different. So you control the actions of the other characters. When the maiden realizes you're not going to hurt her, she regains her composure. Now she's starting talking to you like your friends or something. You don't understand humans at all. Speak the same language, of course, which has always confused you. Because why is there conveniently only one language in the world? Why is there only one language in the world? If demons and humans are independent societies, wouldn't it make sense for them to have their own language? The maiden is going on and about some kind of destiny she's trying to fulfill. The bottom line, from what you gather, is that she wants you to take her to the Overlord. Sounds like it'd be interesting. Besides, you have nothing better to do. Satisfied with your day out, you take the maiden back to the castle and present her to the Overlord. The Overlord will ask where you found this maiden, knowing full well that you left the castle when you weren't supposed to. You apologize for disobeying her, but hope that the maiden is an interesting enough present that you may be forgiven. The Overlord nods and says everything's cool as long as you always listen to her from now on. You're impressed with what an easygoing boss she is. You mention how you can't believe you and her friends even considered overthrowing her. She gives you a look and you say, that was just a joke, of course. She smiles and dismisses you. You decide it's about time for a nap. You don't get to sleep long. Your friends wake you up. Rude. Rather than stepping on you pretty hard, you ask them what their deal is. They say they're planning a whole revolution. They're gonna get rid of the current Overlord and put a new ruler in place. They want to hear if you're in or out. And being a pretty lazy underling, you of course reply with, sounds like a lot of trouble. How about we just skip it instead? Your friends question your loyalty to their cause. She's not so bad, you guys. Your friends seem pretty disappointed. They apologize to you, but before you can ask what they're sorry about, one of them suddenly seizes you. Someone who's still loyal to the Overlord. Really has no place in our castle, you understand, right? The claws tighten around your neck. You don't bother to struggle. You're outnumbered. You already know how things like this end. This is a pretty messed up situation, messed up thing to do to a friend. Blah, 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 blah. You tell them. They still give no response. Oh. Yeah, you know, slitting your friends' throats. Totally cool. Okay. Pretty interesting, actually. I actually want to go through everyone's traits first, and then start going one by one and getting all the completions. I think that's an easy way to do it. Especially the hero, I feel like has very simple interactions. So once I unlock the Overlord, I should be able to just, swing through and do all the heroes' stories. Let's do the Overlord. You are the Overlord. You live in a castle surrounded by your demon servants. It's a pretty cushy life, you think. Except for those pesky humans who keep killing members of your army. There's even a role called Hero, whose whole purpose in life is just to dethrone you. What's their deal anyway? You effectively avoid pissing off humans in the hope that they'll leave you and your army alone, but they never do. You're still new to the whole Overlord thing if you're being quite honest with yourself. You don't really understand the politics of it. You remind yourself everyone is just doing their best to fulfill their roles. You won't let them bait you into being the evil Overlord they expect. I think you're pretty cool and mature to hold yourself to the higher standard like that. One of your underlings walks into your room, totally interrupting your thoughts about how awesome you are. They're saying something about how boring it is standing in one place guarding the castle all the time, especially since no one will ever come here anyway. You see their point, but the way they're whining about it kind of bothers you. What's to do with this underling? Tell them to get back to work? You give them a lecture about responsibility and unquestioning obedience. Your servants ought to do what they're told, whether they like it or not. They look really unhappy with you, but you're sure they'll thank you for this later. Venturing too far from the castle tends to spell death. You dismiss the underling and lie down in your nice and comfy Overlord bed. All that lecturing has made you want to take a nap. Fall asleep pretty quick, just another one of your amazing talents as the Overlord. You wake to a knock on your door. The underling from earlier has brought back some company. You thought you told your underling to do the job, not drag strangers into your room. Looks like they took an unauthorized breakaway from the castle. You scold them, but ultimately you're a little interested in this quest, so you let them off easy. The underling's not so bad. It's a maiden from the nearby human village. She says her role is to be captured by you. The maiden then goes on to say that she's been getting very impatient about thinking about her impending capture, so she's come here to speed things along. You appreciate her honesty, but regret to inform her you never had any plans to capture any humans. She seems very disappointed by this. Perhaps I'm not performing my role well enough. How can I become more maiden-like? You don't really understand the question. I think this world puts way too much focus on destiny and junk. Just go home and stop worrying about it, you tell her. The maiden seems to be having a hard time wrapping her head around this. She insists that she stay and talk to you more. You feel warm inside as she looks into your eyes. This is the first time a human has looked at you without contempt. You wonder what to say. Antisocial. Tell her she better go home. You love to have all the conversation in the world with your new friend, but having a human girl here will definitely cause trouble. You put on your mean face and tell her to get lost. But the maiden turns out to be very stubborn. You don't want to hurt her, but you also really wanted her to leave in case something bad happens. This whole situation is just asking for trouble, you think. Against your brother's judgment, you let her hang out for a little while longer. You enjoy a nice long chat with her, sharing stories about your kind. She expresses her surprise that demons are not at all what she expected them to be. You regard that she seems to have an open mind about these kind of things. You also bring up how you always instruct your army to avoid humans, as not to agitate them and get heroes sent out after you. That explains why the people in my village have been left unharmed. It's because of your orders, isn't it? We are very grateful. You're surprised to hear her thank you. You've always thought of humans to be violent and unreasonable. That's why your servants are always getting killed despite your efforts to leave them alone. But this maiden is different. You joke that maybe you've been lying to her this whole time, and that you were actually super evil all along. The maiden laughs at that, saying she wouldn't mind being held captive here. The people in her village are a little exhausting at times, she says. You can't tell if she's into you or not. You're interrupted by another human in your doorway. This time it's a hero. He was apparently searching for the maiden, who was rumored to have been captured by your kind. Captured? Not at all. I only wanted to meet with the Overlord. Did anyone read the note I left behind? After everything explained, the hero expresses relief that this whole misunderstanding hasn't led to any horrible consequences. The maiden apologizes for causing trouble, and the hero asks for her return to the village with him. Confusing feelings well up inside your heart. You're surprised that you had one of those to begin with. You don't want the hero to take this maiden away from you. Keep her here. The maiden came here to be captured by you, didn't she? You'll grant her wish. Tell the hero you won't let him take her home. Maiden assures you she'll be back, but you don't budge. The hero is cautious now. If you won't let her go, maybe you demons are evil after all. And if you are, I'll be forced to vanquish you. You have no choice. You destroy the hero before he can steal your maiden away. She's frightened. You don't understand why. Then she says she prefers this place to her village. Now she doesn't have to leave. Take a step towards the maiden, and she backs herself into a corner. You don't understand. She wanted to stay here with you. The hero is trying to get in the way of that. You had to kill him. You'll be sure to keep this maiden very safe from now on. Selfish Overlord end. Okay. So now we got all the traits. So let's continue with the hero with no traits enabled. Let's kill everything for now. You find the maiden being held captive by the overlord, just you suspected. Oh, the maiden appears now too. Interesting. Because I played the maiden story. Oh, that's really interesting. For some reason you can't sense anything sinister happening. You all look to see the surprise and confusion. There's no time to hesitate. Okay. You lunge forward, driving your blade through the evil overlord. She screams and falls silent. The overlord has been slain. You smile, then offering the maiden your hand. She takes it after slight hesitation. She must be surprised at how strong you are. You escort the maiden back home. She's already quiet on the trek back to the village. She must be too shy to speak. The villagers are very pleased with what a good job you've done, slaying the overlord and saving a hostage. They throw out a huge celebration in your name. You are remembered for generations as the greatest hero the village has ever seen. Triumphant hero end. Okay. Huh. I see. It tells you what the action is going to be from the... So because the maiden didn't scream, she didn't get eaten by the underling. It made it all the way to the... Let's try to be polite so that the maiden doesn't show up. The underling is also hungry, so you know, he just eats. I wonder if these... Okay. Let's try this. I think this is gonna be the same results as before though. Yeah, okay. Let's keep the maiden here so that she appears. Oh wait, no, I forgot to change the hungry underling, so bravely slaughter, up their demon army. That's the maiden what's going on. She explains that she came here on her own and was never in any danger. She hasn't really asked why you're covered in blood. You don't know how to respond. The overlord moves past you and out the door. Your army lifeless in bloody piles. She's wailing. It's horrible. This is your chance, hero. It's all just a big misunderstanding. You hope she'll let this whole thing slide if you just explain yourself. You really try, but the overlord is inconsolable. She tears you apart, and the maiden watches in silence. As you die, you can't help but think you probably deserve this. Tragic hero end. Okay. Let's repeat the same stuff and do the other end. Although I think it'll be pretty similar. Yeah, it's probably the same thing. Okay. Let's continue running this time. The overlord and maiden seem to be in the middle of some casual conversation when you barge in. You all look at each other in surprising confusion. This is no time to hesitate. The maiden explains that she was never... That was a pretty dangerous thing to do for her to do, but no one got hurt, so at least there's that. We ask you to return town with you to reassure everyone of her safety. The overlord allows the two of you to leave, and you casually exit the castle. She's been trying to make conversation... You try to make conversation with the maiden. She's been pretty quiet since leaving the overlord's room. Is she shy? She suddenly stops in her tracks and you turn your head to ask what the deal is. Oh, the overlord's castle is engulfed in flames. Can't help but feel relieved you got the maiden out of there when you did, but she then takes off towards the burning castle. Panic sets in, you follow to try and stop her. The smoke is so thick, you've already lost sight of her. What is she thinking? It's too dangerous to continue. You feel hopeless. You stand alone at the castle gates. Your body won't allow you to take another step forward. No. Going in there would be suicide. You return to the villagers and tell them there was nothing you could do. You were too late. The maiden was claimed by the demons. Bystander hero B. Oh. Okay. So... What if the overlord is possessive? Ask if they'll let you in. Ask the maiden what's going on. But the overlord rejects this. The maiden tries to tell her that she'll come right back, but the overlord refuses to hear it. The maiden seems nervous. As a hero, it's your job to mediate situations like this. You tell the overlord that if she doesn't let the two of you go, you'll have to assume she's evil. You'll be forced to vanquish her. You leave me no choice. The overlord pauses before suddenly jumping you. You are helpless as she disembowels you with your claws. How horrible. You came all this way, only to be met with this cruel fate. You should have destroyed these evil creatures while you had the chance. Your dying wish is for the maiden to somehow make it out of this alive. Naive hero end. Cool. I think if I do antisocial though, it'll be kind of the same results as before. Oh wait, no, she's here. Huh. Okay. Let's try these settings. Interesting. Okay. Hopefully you guys didn't hear that. I think for now, that's probably it for the hero. I mean, I might have to come back to him depending on what traits I can unlock for him, but that's all I can think of for now. Okay, let's say the underling is not hungry, but he's disloyal. Actually, So, Overlord is a tyrant, antisocial, and the underling is disloyal. Let's do that. You tell them you were thinking maybe you could stand your role better if you were to hurry up and get taken away by a demon already. The demons doesn't seem to have been listening to you, which is a little irritating. They agree to take you to their master nonetheless. After a long walk to the castle, you are introduced to the Overlord. She lectures the underling that brought you here, who is apparently told not to leave the post. You wonder what kind of cruel punishment awaits them. To your surprise, she lets them off easy. The underling is dismissed, and the Overlord turns to you, looking very disinterested. You explain why you've come, and she squints at you. It turns out she never had any plans to capture maidens, or to do anything else that would agitate the humans. You wonder for a moment if she might be lying, but it doesn't seem like it. Still, this doesn't make any sense to you. You've always been told that demons would one day seek you out, and something awful would happen, and a hero would come to your rescue. You don't want to believe that you've been lied to all along. Maybe it's just that you haven't been maiden-like enough. You ask the Overlord what you should do to be a more suitable maiden, but she doesn't seem to understand. Just call him and stop worrying about destiny so much. She makes it sound so simple, but this Overlord seems like the complete opposite of you. You want to learn more about her and how she thinks. You insist on staying to talk with her more. The Overlord tells you again that you should get lost. How rude, you just got here. Okay, let's get the obedient trait. You don't want to cause her any trouble, so you figure it's time to go home. On the way you encounter a hero. He asks you what you're doing. Don't you know the Overlord's castle is like right there? You explain everything that's happened. The hero seems to think you're lying to him. He asks if you've been brainwashed by the demons. What nerve. You're very upset with this so-called hero would treat you this way, and leave in a huff. You return to the village alone. Everyone is very worried about you. They surround you with 1,000 questions, and you tell them your story. As you explain that the Overlord never had any intentions to harm anyone here, you notice the looks of uncertainty in the crowd. People are whispering things to each other while you speak to them. You are loudly interrupted by an older man. He rudely calls you a demon sympathizer. The crowd is growing unruly. You don't understand. You only tell them the truth. Do they not believe you? Everyone begins speculating on what must have actually happened. They weave elaborate lies and ask you to prove your innocence. How could you have returned without the aid of a hero, they ask. You could not have possibly escaped the Overlord on your own without harm. You must be conspiring with the demons, trying to trick everyone into believing they aren't the horrible creatures we know them to be, so they say. Have the people of your village always been this blinded by their fears and hatred of things they've never cared to know? You wonder how you missed that before. You are seized by the crowd, and voices from all sides are calling for a public execution. You have to be burned at the stake. You don't want to die. You wonder, would it have been better to hide the truth? You don't like the thought of that. You have always lived honestly, so why has this happened? Why are you being punished? You hear the dissenting voices of your family and neighbors, but they, like you, are powerless against the momentum. They can only watch as you burn, and you can only cry for them. You are so sorry. Oh, that's so sad. Yeah, honestly, like, mob mentality is kind of one of the scariest things, probably. Like, once a mob kind of decides what they want to think, like, it's so hard to, like, turn against the tide. Introduce myself, blah blah blah. The Overlord shares many stories about demons with you, and little by little you realize that they may not be the ruthless monster you were raised to believe. As it turns out, she commanded her demons to avoid towns and villages. She didn't want to risk giving the humans any excuse to send a hero out after them. Realize that they must be why you've never heard of any demons attacking your town. Express your gratitude to the Overlord on behalf of your village. She says you can thank her by telling the humans to stop raising heroes. She's tired of her servants getting killed off by them. You've always thought demons were violent and unreasonable creatures, but it seems the Overlord could say the same of humans. You may be different, but really they're just trying to live their lives the same as you. You feel like you're starting to understand things a lot better. But maybe everything I said was to deceive you and the other humans. What would you do if I turned out to be super evil all along? Even if she were to capture you now, you'd think this place is far more interesting than the way things are back home. I kind of like not being able to expect demons to come after you all the time. You feel free. Honestly, you've always kept to yourself, but spending time with this Overlord has been very nice. You feel butterflies in your stomach. As you think that, a hero enters the room. You're surprised to see him at first, until you realize he must have been sent to retrieve you. Confused, the hero asks you what's going on. Explain the situation, reassuring him that you were never in any danger. The hero expresses his relief that this whole misunderstanding hasn't led to any horrible consequences. You apologize for causing trouble, but really, didn't anyone read the note you left? Jeez. The hero asks if you'll return to the village with him to give everyone the news of your safety. The Overlord allows the two of you to leave, and you give her a little wave as you exit the room. You'll be back soon. Nearby, the castle's entrance, you spy a group of suspicious demons congregating. They're talking about assassinating the Overlord. You have to warn her, but the hero shakes his head. He says that if this is the true nature of demons, the world is better off with the less of them. This isn't right, you think. What kind of hero passes up the chance to save a life? The demons have taken notice of you. Now remember, you take off into the castle, and the unravel hero follows shortly after. You burst into the Overlord's room, all your words spilling out at once. You should probably slow down, but there's no time. The Overlord seems to have followed your frantic explanation, but clearly doesn't understand the urgency of the situation. The underling you recognized from before barged in, calling you a liar. You're surprised they were part of this evil plot. They seem so nice. The other demons are coming right after them, saying the whole thing was the first underling's idea. Everyone's shouting at each other now. They're really stressing you out. You're relieved when the Overlord demands silence. She threatens them with violence, and you think she is very Overlord-like in this moment. The group of demons hiss to each other before shutting the door, leaving the little one behind. You watch as it pounds on the door in distress. Have they locked you all in? You have a bad feeling about this, and thinking that they must have jinxed it, because now the room is engulfed in flames. If only I didn't know what those demons for, you and the hero would have stumbled into this situation. You had just pretended not to hear them. You would have been left as you were told. Only the Overlord would have been killed. You couldn't have done that. That path isn't an option for you. Think that no matter what, you always strive for the path where everyone survives. It must exist. It simply must. The Overlord sees their underling. They beg for their life. Hey, you don't know what else to do, so you just pray. The Overlord's claws pierce the underling's chest. They scream an awful scream. She digs and twists her claws into the poor thing while you continue to pray. There's no saving any of you now. You, the Overlord, and the underling's corpse are consumed by the heat flames. Devout maiden end. Okay. I think there was one route I wanted to try for this one as well. Let me go here. Refuse to leave. You put your foot down and tell her you're not going anywhere. You still want to fulfill your destiny, even if you have to make it happen on your own. She's a little frustrated at your stubbornness, but doesn't kick you out or anything. Hooray! Okay, same thing. That means now I have to change this disloyal. Da-da-da. You're about halfway to the village when you feel something is off. Unable to shake your concern, you look back over your shoulder. You're stopping your tracks, the castle's engulfed in flames. Is the Overlord alright? You can't return to those like this, you have to know. You have to be sure everyone is safe. You've already taken off before Hero can't even think of stopping you. You scan the flaying demons, but the Overlord isn't among them. Against your better judgment, you rush into the burning castle to find her. You quickly reach the Overlord's room, but the door is shut tight, handles too hot to touch. You're too weak to force it open. You pound your face against the door helplessly. What are you thinking? This is all because you've forgotten your role. Only a hero could pull this kind of thing off. You start to cough. The smoke is too thick, you can hardly breathe. You realize you haven't got much time left now. You desperately head towards the stairs to save yourself. But the fire spread faster than you expected. You won't make it outside. You can't help but laugh. What a joke. A maiden saving the Overlord? If you just stay true to your role, things wouldn't have ended like this. This is exactly the kind of punishment you deserve. You let the demon fire cleanse your rotten soul. Selfless maiden and B. Okay. I think you have to get rid of the tyrant and maybe make the... he tries to kill the demon lord. I don't want that. Prefers not to solve things through violence. Let's try that. Okay, So the fire comes no matter what. That might be the result of, like, the underling, so I might need more traits on the underling himself. Oh, she's surprisingly cool with it. Nice! You set out on your adventure outside the castle. The change of atmosphere excites you. You spend some time rolling around the grass, wild and free. As you make your way to the path to the nearby human village, you encounter a maiden. She seems very frightened and screams for you to come save her. You consider your options. Tell her to quit yelling. When the maiden realizes you're not going to hurt her, okay. They seem to go fine, so you decide it's time for a nap. Okay, let's kill the Overlord. Tell them you were just joking, and clarify that you were totally in to win it. They say you were always terrible with jokes. Whether or not you actually feel like killing the Overlord, you know how bad it'd be to end up on the wrong side of things. And if this assassination deal doesn't pan out, you can always pretend you were innocent all along. Beneath your shield of false confidence. Faux confidence. Blah, blah, blah. Words. You worry about what you were getting yourself dragged into. You follow your friends outside the castle to talk more about the plan. You're curious if they have any idea how they want to go about this. They figured they'd just lock her in a room and set it on fire. What a stupid plan. It could go wrong in so many ways. You realize your friends are just a bunch of directional slugs. You disrespect someone's guidance. Your guidance. There'll probably be casualties if you fought her head on. And while showy deaths make a revolution a heck of a lot more fun, it's probably the wrong way to go. Your friends agree and suggest that you play the assassin. You really don't want to come down to this. We can't back down now. You have to be the one to assassinate the Overlord. Besides, no one has any better ideas. You sneak into the Overlord's room. She's taking a nap, like usual. This is almost too easy. You silently approach your master. She looks so peaceful. Time to die. You figure out the cleanest way to do this would be to dig your claws into her throat, so you do just that. She wakes, but not in time to stop you. You watch as she chokes on her blood, forcing you before finally expiring. That felt terrible. Remind yourself that it was either her or you, and you weren't about to let yourself get killed by anyone. You leave the room to find your friends waiting just outside. They look pleased. Only now do you realize they must have planned to use you like this from the beginning. You are the new ruler of this castle. Your subjects bow before you. You live in fear that they will one day betray you, as you had once betrayed your Overlord. Overlord building. Okay. Okay. So now if I do these settings, I think, oops. Yeah, I think okay. You and your friends turn to notice a pair of humans that have overheard your entire conversation. Okay, I chose the wrong thing, but I guess it was new settings. You take off into the castle. Are they headed to the Overlord's room? F. The Overlord will kill you for sure if she found out you were conspiring to take her out. You dash into the castle after the humans. Sure enough, the maiden's already frantically telling the Overlord everything. You shout that the humans are liars. Your friends soon arrive to back you up, except they don't. Instead, they blame the whole thing on you. They cry that it was all your idea, and that they were just going with the flow, too scared to refuse your crazy plan. Can't believe they tell the overlords to blatant lie. You always knew better than to trust them. You're the one who didn't have a choice here. You all shout at each other until the overlord demands silence. Regardless of who led this conspiracy, I have no choice but to punish everyone to keep it all in your place, crushed beneath my heel. Sounds tough, but lately all she does is sleep. You doubt her strength. You hear your traitorous friends mutter something about going back to Plan A, and suddenly the door slams shut. Trapped in here with the overlord and the two humans, and the room bursts into flames. You pile on the door, screaming curses at those who betrayed you. The hero joins you, bound and slayed a lot of them. You wish he could get that chance. The overlord grabs you by the throat. You cry for mercy. You were forced into this mess. You're sure now that they would have killed you if you sided with her. But the overlord doesn't hear your pleas. She drives her claws into your chest. At least she made it quick. I need some water. A lot of talking in this one. To be honest, I'm not even sure. Okay, I think I want to go with coward, and so this should get us a happy end, I think. Introduce yourself. What? Oh, interesting. Okay. Huh. Polite. Only 15 ends. Okay, hang on. There's some... Tell your friend you were totally not serious about this whole thing. You're actually cool with the status quo. After all, life must be pretty dang good if the only thing you have to do complain about is that you live so comfortably there's nothing to do. That is not, but don't seem convinced. You say a coup d'etat would be more effort than it's worth. But you're still gonna rebel and sneak out of the castle. Your friends praise your mischievous ways. You're out. Oh, humans don't usually talk to you, so this is kind of exciting. You haven't guessed it would be even possible to understand each other before now. Yep. Huh. Okay. Ugh. I need to figure out how to get back to like the throat slitting scene. Chicken out. You don't want to kill her. You can't go through with it. You turn to leave the room, but you find your friends blocking the exit. In a panic whisper, you ask them to let you out. They seem to have been on their way of testing your loyalty. You tell them this is pretty effed up, and ask again to be let out. The overlord stays in bed. While your head is turned, the demon shut the door. She scrambles to the overlord's closet to hide before she wakes up and sees you. There's nothing you could possibly say to explain this and survive. You're trembling. You can't believe those assholes would bully you like this. You feel like crying. Light flickers at your feet. It doesn't take you long to realize they set the room on fire. You get the overlord trying to get the door open to no avail. You're both trapped. Too afraid to move, you resign yourself to your fate. You and the overlord burn together. Okay, 16. I feel like the maid is still missing a trait. Maybe? The demons put off your sudden shouting and ask you to keep it down, but you apologize. They seem more confused than hostile, which totally catches you off guard. You tell the demon your name and explain that you're a maiden from the village. You tell them that you were thinking maybe you could understand your role better. I've already read this. Huh. Nothing new there. Introduce yourself. As you think that, a hero enters the room. The hero's standing dashed towards Overlord, sword drawn. Oh, here we go. You selflessly throw yourself in front of the hero's blade, acting as a shield. It's funny, you think. You would have never imagined this would be the way that you die. The rules all switched around, but it feels right to you somehow. You were glad your destiny turned out to be saving someone rather than being saved yourself. As your vision fades, you hope that everything turns out alright for your new friend. Okay. We got a new rule, so let's continue on and do the other half. Do nothing. The hero's blade pierces the Overlord and she lets out a horrible scream. You flinch. The Overlord is slain. The hero smiles and holds out his hand to you, saying it's time to go home. His glove is drenched in blood. Hesitantly, you take his hand. The hero guides you through the castle, past the corpses of his enemies. Try to keep your eyes at your feet. There's blood everywhere. You shut your eyes, but even then you can't escape the smell. All of this was because of you, wasn't it? You exit the castle, and the hero leads you back to the village. Everyone celebrates the hero's great triumph over the demons. You feel sick, but you take part in the festivities regardless. Complacent maiden. Okay, 18. I wonder if this changes anything, actually. No, okay. What about dutiful? But then a hero barges into the room. His clothes are stained by a dark liquid. It's dripping from his weapon too. You realize it must be demon blood. Something horrible has happened. Confused, the hero asks you what's going on. You explain the situation, reassuring him that you were never in any danger. The Overlord has walked past the hero and out to the hall. She's wailing. You can only guess what kind of horrible scene he's left for her. The Overlord tears the hero apart in retaliation. You watch silently, unable to scream. The Overlord, who you had just been getting along with so well, has killed another human right in front of you. Clear now that you have been deceived by her sweet words. Demons are ruthless monsters after all. The Overlord approaches you now. You back yourself into a corner. Your expression is complicated. Being captured by the Overlord in a horrible way like this was your destiny after all. She vows to keep you very safe from now on. You're afraid to find out what that means, but there's no one left to save you. You belong to the Overlord now. Okay. What if I do no possessive? You somehow managed to make slip past the Overlord and make it past out the blood-soaked castle. You never look back. Okay, that was a simple one. We're at 20, so halfway through. Hang on, my throat's suffering. I don't usually speak this much. Okay. Is diplomatic even... Because he killed everything. It didn't even like bother... I don't think this changes anything, but let me try it. Yep. Okay. So now she's going to be a polite martyr. But I'm going to play from the perspective of the hero. You launch forward to put an end to the evil Overlord, but your blade pierces the maiden instead. She sacrificed herself to protect this demon. It takes you a moment to recover from the shock. The Overlord wails. Why did you do that? You're not sure if the question is directed at you. Your Overlord strikes at you in a vengeful rage. You parry, and she is slain. Your sword feels heavy. You look at your hands, your clothes. Blood. So much blood. You look to the fallen maiden, wondering what to tell the townspeople. Why would she protect the Overlord? She must have been brainwashed by demonic magic. You pick up the Overlord's head, wrapping it in your cape, and begin your long journey back home. You will say that you were too late, that nothing could be done for the girl, but the Overlord is slain. There will be celebration. Loyal hero end. Okay, I think that was the other choice, right? Okay. Okay. So if the maiden isn't there again, what happens? No, okay. So the maiden has to arrive for the story to progress. But she goes home when the Demon Lord tells her to. On your way to the Overlord's castle, you spot a maiden heading back towards the village. She couldn't have come from the Overlord's castle, could she? This may be the exact maiden you're currently seeking to rescue. You approach her with curiosity. You ask the maiden what she's doing. Doesn't she know what the Clicking a lot is hard, yo. Doesn't she know the Overlord's castle is like right there? It's dangerous. The maiden explains that she spoke with the Overlord, and it turns out the demons never had any diabolical plans to harm the village or anyone in it. Okay, new trait. You have no reason to assume she's lying to you, even though her story is kinda hard to believe. You feel you should trust her. So you're pretty surprised that everyone has been wrong about demons all along. The townspeople must be informed of this immediately. The two of you return to the village. They had all been so worried. They praise you for your bravery. But the maiden quickly sets the record straight. There was nothing she needed to rescue from in the first place. The villagers look to you for explanation. You politely inform them it wasn't your story to tell. You merely ran into her on the way to the castle. She explains that the Overlord isn't interested in capturing maidens or anything of the sort. The villagers turn to you again in disbelief. They aren't being subtle in how little they trust this maiden's story. You totally believe her, but to placate these very citizens, you volunteer to speak to the demons personally, just in case. The crowd breaks into hushed whispers. You're too busy thinking what a great and reliable hero you are to hear what they're saying. The town elder's voice breaks you out of your thoughts. He implores you to meet with the Overlord immediately and says they'll all keep an eye on the maiden until you return. You figure that sounds alright, but the mood is kind of intense for some reason. Did you miss something? You're not sure what's going on, but you get the feeling it might be bad to leave the maiden on her own. But she suddenly takes off running. Oh, you thought the two of you were in this together. Actions have convinced the crowd that she's obviously been a liar and a witch from the start. People are trying for you to hunt her and her demon friends down already, but that doesn't sound like a very heroic task. You can't help but feel these people are wrong. It's up to you to catch up to her, and talk to the demons in order to clear up this misunderstanding. You valiantly dash after the maiden towards the Overlord's castle. The air becomes dark and thick as you enter deep into the demon territory. Evil miasma? No, you realize it's normal smoke. You see the maiden ahead, but she's stopped in her tracks. The Overlord's castle is engulfed in flames. You had only taken an eye off on the maiden for a second, but she's already disappeared. You get close to the castle, but the smoke is so thick now, you think of turning back. The maiden might need your help, but you can barely see. She could be impossible to find. She could have been lying to you all along. Was it a trap? Would it be worth risking your life on that chance, if your legs feel heavy? No, going in there would be suicide. You return to the villagers, and tell them there was nothing you could do. You were too late. The maiden was claimed by the demons. Okay, bystander hero A. Interesting. So now let's do the other route. She can't be trusted. You aren't sure you should listen to this maiden. You've been taught your whole life that demons are evil. You ask if she's sure about all this, but she gets very upset that you think she would lie to you. She storms off before you can say anything else. She decides to return to the village, certain that she must have been the kidnapped maiden you were sent to rescue, glad that took care of itself. You take your time walking home. Job well done today, you think to yourself. As you walk past the town square, you notice that the whole village is crowded around. Is that the maiden you saw earlier? She's bound to a mistake. The crowd is in a frenzy. Smoke begins to rise. You stand idly by as flames consume the maiden. She must have done something horrible to deserve that. You seem nice though, you think. But evil comes in all forms, you reassure yourself. You decide to call it a day and return to your house, but you can't escape the sinking feeling. Maybe you aren't cut out for this role. Okay. I'm gonna run it one last time. I think there was like a... And as she runs from you for some reason, you wonder what that's all about, but then you remember you're covered in demon blood. Not wanting to look like you're a crazy person chasing after her or anything, you nonchalantly walk back to town. Oh, what the? How did she... weird. Okay. Roughly like a coward. Believe her story. Okay, no. I think that's the end of that path then. Antisocial, coward, okay. Introduce yourself, obey her. He's very surprised that demons don't seem to be malicious as you were raised to believe. The two of you return to the village, hoping to communicate this to everyone. It all been so weird and you're very glad that the hero brought you back. You quickly set the record straight. You weren't rescued, because there was nothing to be rescued from in the first place. The village seemed confused and looked to the hero for an explanation. He tells them he only ran onto you on his way to the castle, and that this isn't really a story to tell. You explain to them how you met the Overlord, and that she's not actually interested in capturing maidens or any other mean things like that. The villagers look again to the hero for confirmation. You feel a real myth that they seem to prefer his word over yours, but you don't say anything about it. The hero proclaims that he believes your story, but volunteers to go talk to the demons himself, just to make absolutely sure. The crowd breaks into hushed whispers. You hear words like trickery and demon sympathizer being thrown around, which makes you frown. Pretty shocked that everyone's this hesitant to believe you. Does the hero even trust you? You aren't sure anymore. The The old man implores the hero to go speak with the overlord immediately. He says you should be held prisoner and considered dangerous until the hero returns. Much to your disbelief, the hero crowd agrees with him. Because of course, if you were conspiring with the demons, they can't afford to let their guard down. The whole village will be slaughtered by monsters. The hero isn't saying anything. You'll be tied up and tossed into a cell at this rate. You're gonna be held captive by it. If you're gonna be held captive by anyone, it's gonna be by the overlord, not your fellow countrymen. Let's grab the hero and run. Boldly announce that you accompany the hero to prove yourself. You'd rather risk what's out there instead of staying in the village than trust you. No one seems to know how to react. You grab the hero by the wrist and take off before anyone stops you. But as you approach the castle, you notice something's gone terribly wrong and appears to be on fire. Is the overlord alright? You have to be sure everyone is safe. You've already taken off before the hero can even think of stopping you. Yep. So, selfless maiden in the end. That's not even a new end? Did I get a new end? I can't even tell. Okay, obey her. Leave on your own. You can prove yourself without anyone's help. Make a run for the overlord castle, leaving the hero behind. As you get closer, you start to notice towers, black smoke darkening the beautiful blue sky. The castle is engulfed in flames. What in God's name could have happened? Wait. Oh, so that is... Okay, so... That's not a new end. Interesting. Trusting hero... What if I make it like that? Nope. Antisocial, but not antisocial, but possessive. But the hero is trusting. But the overlord objects to the hero's suggestion. You tell her you plan on returning soon, but she isn't having it. Feel nervous, the hero puts on a brave face for you. You let her go, maybe your demons are evil after all, and if you are, I'll be forced to vanquish you. You leave me no choice. The overlord suddenly jumps the hero. She tears into him with her claws. You want to cry out, but the scream catches in your throat. You watch because you can't look away. Has she really been lying to you all along? You wonder, is this your punishment for questioning the divine plan? The overlord approaches you now. You back yourself into a corner. Her expression is complicated. Being captured by the capture maiden and A. Okay. Okay. Let's do the underling, unlock a new trait for the underling. Hear her out. Yeah, let's not die. Dang it. Antisocial? Let's kill the overlord. No. Tyrant? Antisocial. Possess. No, not antisocial, so that the maiden stays. Let's try that. Let's not overthrow her. Hear her out. Let's kill the overlord. Okay, I think the underling is a little locked right now. I need to do something with the overlord. Grant them the day off. You tell them to take a break from the stifling castle atmosphere and refresh their dark soul. They also should be fine every once in a while. They thank you and happily scurry off to do who knows what. You have nothing better to do today, so you decide to stamp for a little while. Being the overlord sure is great. Let her stay for a little while. Can't bring yourself to send this maiden away. She just got here. You enjoyed a nice long chat with her, sharing stories about your kind. Okay. Let them go. You're certain that she'll return to spend more time with you. You just have trust in that, you decide. With the hero and maiden gone, you pop down into the comfort of your luxurious overlord bed. Your room feels so empty now. Is this loneliness? You hope your new friend will be back soon. You close your eyes for a while, until your door slams shut. Where you know it, everything around you is being engulfed by flames. What's going on? Try to escape, but something's blocking the door. You're having trouble forcing it open. What is this? Someone didn't want you getting out. Are you being usurped? They have zero foresight. What castle will they rule from if this one burns? I don't want to believe that your underlings have betrayed you, but this is no accident. Those ungrateful bastards. You choke on pick back smoke from the fire. I can't believe that you're being done in by a bunch of cowards. You'll see them in hell. Burn Overlord End. Okay. Huh. 23 out of 41. I don't know what other stuff she'll have. Okay, maybe possessive? Keep her here. I'm not sure what other stuff there is left. Grant them the day off. Let her stay for a while. Let them go. Okay, no. He's a coward. So he goes through with the assassination plot, basically. What? Huh. Okay, let's try that. Tell her to get back to work. Tell her she better go home. The maid is what she's told and takes her leave. You figure you may as well go back to bed now. But you don't get to rest for very long. Before you know it, everything around you is being engulfed by flames. What's going on? Try to escape, but something's blocking the door. You're having trouble forcing it open. What is this? Someone didn't want you getting out. Are you being usurped? They have zero foresight. Blah blah blah. Oof. Did I even get a new ending from that? I don't think so. He's... okay. Disloyal underling. That's what I needed, actually. Tell her she better go home. The man suddenly bursts into your room, accompanied by a hero. You're trying to still frantically communicate something to you, but you're still half asleep. They tell you a group of demons is after your life. You still don't grasp the urgency of the situation. One of your underlings barges in next, shouting that other humans are liars. They're followed by another group of demons, crying that everything was the first underling's plan. Everyone is shouting over each other now, and it's very annoying. You yell at all of them to shut their traps. You have no doubt that your servants would let their ambition cloud their judgment and lead them to try to take your throne. Regardless of who let this conspiracy, I have no choice but punish everyone to keep all of you in your place. Crushed beneath my heel. Sorry, my throat is giving out again. Saying that made you feel very Overlord-like. You're not sure if you had the strength to back it up, though. Lately, all you do is sleep. The group of demons started muttering about going back to plan A, and suddenly slammed your door shut. You, the maiden, the hero, and one of your underlings are trapped inside. In an instant, the whole room is in flames. The underling pounds on the door, cursing at their friends for betraying them. The hero pounds on the door as well, vying to let the cowardly demons on the other side. So this is how you die, burned alive in your own room by those who you thought you could trust. You should have expected this from a bunch of idiot demons, though. You notice the maiden crying. Why does she have to sigh over something that has nothing to do with her? Perhaps she was cursed from the moment she spoke to you. You wonder if you're cursed as well. You're so filled with anger and frustration, you don't even notice that you grabbed the underling those traitors blamed everything on. They cried for mercy, saying they were dragged into this bond knowing they'd be killed if they took your side. They cried that they didn't want to have to kill you. You almost feel sorry for them. Forgive them. You release underling. Killing them wouldn't make you feel any better. Besides, they've already gotten their punishment. You all burn together. Okay, I got the merciful trait. That's good. Before you take it back to reset the story once again, you pause for a moment. True end, you say to your moment. What was the point of all my effort if the true ending is this terrible? You must have forgotten where you were. This is bad end theater. Is the pain setting in? Oh, but you should have been well aware of what you'd be shown when you entered this place. This is a problem I've seen quite often. At some point you grew attached to my little cast. You started to relate to their flaws, their plights. You started wishing for their happiness. I am wishing for their happiness, actually. But you aren't going to find that here in my theater, my lovely crafted labyrinth of suffering. Anyway, I hope you're pardon the interruption. You're making good progress. The choice to continue on to the next ending is always yours. I'll leave you to it, dear guest. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. There's one other ending I can get here. I'll just go home. Take retribution. Blah blah blah. Hero backs away. He's wise to not interfere. They stop moving, but you keep digging around, thrusting your claws into them. Doesn't make you feel any better. That next thought burns along with you and the two humans. Cool. Spiteful Overlord end. Okay. Now I think I can make progress on the underling. So, let's go with that. Let's overthrow her. Blah blah blah. Hear her out. Blah blah blah. Let's kill the Overlord. Blah blah blah. To your surprise, the Overlord spares you. Or maybe she'd rather see you suffer instead. Looking around, you've just gone from one dead end to another. The maiden's crying. The hero is silent. You all burn together. Okay. I don't know. No matter the perspective, the true ending remains the same. That's what makes it true. You couldn't really see it for yourself, though, could you? I wonder what happens when you collect them all. Will you give in to despair, or... I'm gonna find the good end. Just watch. Huh. Let's not overthrow her. Let's not... Tyrant. Okay, let's overthrow her. Huh. What happens if possessive? Okay. Merciful is a new one that I'm pretty sure I need. What if she's not polite? I think I'll be dead if I do that, yeah. The skulls are certain death. I will always die if I get the skull. It's not overthrower. Tell yelling. Yeah, there has to be at least one more for the underling, but... Okay, maybe I can find it through other routes? As you stand there, you're not sure what to do. The maiden announced that she's going to prove her story to the village. She drags you along. She has much better odds with you around, so you don't object. Adventure awaits. When you make it to the castle, you spy a group of suspicious demons hanging around her near the entrance, and you can't help but overhear their conversation. They're talking about assassinating their overlord. This proves to you that demons are really foul creatures. We have to tell her about this. You don't understand what the maiden is thinking. The world is better off with less demons. They're all cold, ruthless creatures that should be destroyed. And those same demons have just noticed you eavesdropping. The maiden takes off into the castle, and you have no choice but to follow. You burst into the Overlord's room. The maiden frantically tries to communicate what you just overheard. The demon underling barges in next, calling you liars. It's followed by the group from their entrance, who shifts the blame back onto the little one. These demons only care about themselves. How low can they be? You begin shouting at them, and the whole room dissolves in noise until the Overlord yells for everyone to shut their traps. She threatens them with violence. This Overlord is no better than her subjects. You grip your sword tightly. If cut through everyone here to get this maiden safety, you certainly will. The group of demons hiss each other before shutting the door, leaving the runt of the litter behind. You glance around for another exit, but there isn't one. You have a terrible feeling about this. In an instant, the whole room is in flames. What kind of demonic magic is this? Yahallo pounds at the door, upset that it's been betrayed. You join it, bound to slay the cowardly demons on the other side. The next moment, the Overlord is taking hold of the underling. It's crying for mercy. Is she going to kill her retribution? Continues to cry and make excuses, but Overlord does nothing. To your surprise, she lets it go. Are demons capable of mercy? I guess it doesn't matter now. You all burn together. Hero's true end. Okay. I think same thing, but without the... She thrusts her claws into her underling's chest and lets out a horrible scream. You back away. You won't be the next target of her rage. Blah blah blah. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna start reading a little bit less, especially if it's like very similar. My throat is not gonna make it to the end of this game otherwise. I'm certain if maiden isn't there. Yeah, maiden has to be there, so you can't eat the maiden. What if you're not a tyrant? And what if you're not disloyal? But about halfway there, the maiden suddenly stops. Something's not right. Oh, the Overlord's castle is engulfed in flames. Fanny takes off towards the burning castle. Panic sets in. You try to stop and follow her. Oh, you try to stop her. Sorry. The smoke is so thick, you've already lost sight of her. What is she thinking? It's too dangerous to continue. You feel hopeless. You stand alone at the castle gates. Your body won't... Wow. Did I already get this ending? Not sure. Flee like a coward. So I'm certain anytime I kill... Yeah, anytime I kill... It's pretty much like GG. Well, okay, so obedient trumps possessive, it looks like. I'm for sure missing something on the underling. But what? I guess I haven't done this, huh? You figure if your people are this upset just the sight of you, they won't fully appreciate any terrible acts you commit. Also, they might fight back. That probably won't end well. You're just one little underling after all. This little day out has been adequately refreshing. You return to the castle thinking you'll take a nap. Huh. Not sure what the best route for this is. After a few hours of sleep, you're really awakened by the sounds of battle. You emerge from your room to find that the hero has slaughtered many of your friends and work associates. What a jerk. Okay, I'm gonna save myself first to see if I can get any new traits. You look around as the life is forms of those you've known as far back as you can remember. You feel glad to not be in their shoes. You also feel guilty thinking that as you flee into the castle, until you remember your role, not as an underling, but as a demon. This kind of thing is expected of you. Maybe you'll start a new life, far away from any humans, where you live peacefully, alone, in some deep, dark forest somewhere. Okay, hang on. Same thing. Gobble her up. Change your mind and leave. Avenge your fallen comrades. Who does this guy think he is? Coming in here and killing everyone like some maniac. What did we ever do to him? You lunge at him while he's busy driving a sword into the guard, who sometimes brought you food whenever they noticed you were feeling kinda down. You like that guard. You wish with all your demon heart that this hero suffered for his deed. You bite into him, tearing flesh from bone. It tastes like iron. The hero struggles, but you feel a sword go through you. But there's no pain, only retribution. More of your comrades pile onto him as your consciousness fades. The hero's overtaken, your army has won. You have earned your rest. Interesting, interesting. 11 more, huh? Heroic, dutiful, heroic, maybe? I don't know. Bubble her up. Change your mind to leave. This looks the same to me. Okay. Maybe. Let's not overthrow her. Gobble her up. Okay. Dang it. I don't know what else is left. Oh. I was really hoping to get a new trait from that, but... Let's not overthrow her. Hear her out. Huh. So I didn't eat the maiden. But weird. Let's not overthrow her. You're out. Okay, I have to pick this. You sneak up to the Overlord's room, but there's a couple of humans in there. You watch the scene unfold. You aren't sure why, but the Overlord suddenly cuts down the hero. She approaches the maiden you brought to her earlier. With the Overlord distracted, you figure this is as good a chance as any. You launch a sneak attack, getting her right in the back. She flinches, giving you enough advantage to take her down. You rip the Overlord apart until she stops moving. That was messier than you would have liked. The maiden muttered something from the corner. Thank you for saving me. It wasn't your intention, but it sounds like you did something heroic. Tell the maiden to go home. This place is dangerous. She followed your advice and leaves castle. Your castle. You are the new Overlord. Heroic? Oh, a letter flutters down from beyond the curtain. You found lost letter number 3. What? My love, I've been feeling a little depressed lately. Many patrons have come to my theater, but none so far have stayed to experience every tale in its entirety. The critics haven't been exactly kind, but I understand, my stories aren't exactly cloud breeders. Despite that, you always listen to the very end. I'm grateful for that. Hope to see you again soon. Forever yours, Tragedy. Interesting. Very interesting. Dutiful, heroic, maybe. Let's not overthrow her. Hear her out. Kill the Overlord. Nope. Huh. Possessive, merciful, obedient, maybe? It's not. You're out. Let's kill the Overlord. Time to die. Okay. I really don't know how to get additional traits for the underling at this point. Maybe I'll just kind of pick random things from the different characters. Huh. Okay. Doesn't go through with the assassination plot. He is loyal. I'm basically trying to figure out the recipe for a good ending right now. Merciful. In which one in which everyone's able to survive, but I honestly don't know at this point. Yeah, fire. Like, I definitely need another trait on the underling, but I don't know how to get that at the moment, at least. How to quit yelling. Okay. Merciful, possessive, antisocial, tells the man to leave. Obedient. Okay. Heroic, dutiful, polite. I don't know if there's a difference between polite and not, though. Like, it doesn't seem to make a difference, because either way you can make the maiden survive. The only difference is, like, you can't put hungry on the... You notice sounds of battle have started ringing through your castle halls. The maiden is getting nervous, but you're sure it's only your underlings roughhousing. No big deal. You know it's probably a hero, but you don't want to upset the maiden by telling her that. Your army will take care of it. It isn't long before the hero bursts into the room. But he should not have made it here. Why didn't they stop him? The hero just stands there, unsure of himself. He is covered in demon blood. As the maiden speaks to him, trying to explain the situation, you move past the hero and out the door. You're not thinking clearly. You see your servant's bodies in pieces all strewn about your castle. Has really taken out of you. Like, hero did this? There's so much blood. Why? Did he come for the maiden? Did he think she needed rescuing? There was no one for this hero to save here. There was never any harm to anyone. You were just talking to her. Why has it turned out like this? Hero starts babbling sincere apologies and excuses, realizing his wrongdoing. You are far beyond hearing that kind of bullshit. You have had it with these humans always murdering your human servants for no reason. You can no longer hold yourself back and lash out at the hero. When you regain control, there is nothing left of the hero. The maiden has fled in terror. You are alone. Interesting. Okay, 32. I'm almost there. Grant them day off. Let her stay for a while. Maiden shouts something behind you. You just turn just in time to see her throw herself between you and the hero's blade. She pierces her chest and she falls to the floor, lifeless. As the pool of blood beneath her grows, so does your rage. This hero has just taken everyone from you now. You lose control, and the hero is obliterated. Your hatred for the humans has not yet been sated. You go on to destroy them all and become ruler of the entire world. Interesting. Grant them day off. Stay for a little while. Nope. Okay. Hungry? You wake to a huge commotion outside. Heroes ran up and started totally murdering your soldiers. What the hell, guy? You rush outside into the battlefield to confront this jerkwad. You curse at him and they very rudely inquire reasons for doing all this. The hero yells at you, demanding you return the maiden you're holding captive. You don't know what he's talking about, but you can't forgive his actions. You do battle with the hero, but he's grown strong from cutting down your army. You're unable to defeat him. With his knives and swings, he stabs and cuts you to pieces. You fall. You have failed your subjects. You speak curses weakly. You wish you had been stronger. Maybe you were never suited to be the overlord in the first place. The truth was, you were never that much more powerful than the demons who served you. It was the title, the control that gave you strength. These are your thoughts as you swallowed by the darkness. Conquered Overlord End. Okay, I'm getting close. 7 more. I'm also getting hungry. Interesting. What happens if I don't grant them day off? Oh. So dutiful but heroic. You were awakened by one of your underlings. They brought you a hero who inquired about a missing maiden. You tell him you don't know anything. Humans never really visit this place. He believes you and goes home, but to your surprise you figured he might try to fight you, but you were glad to get back to your nap instead. Until you wake up to something completely unexpected. One of your underlings tears your throats out. Blah. Trying your throat out. You try to struggle, but you can tell you're already mortally wounded. What have you done to deserve this kind of ending? You curse at them, choking on your own blood. You die, wondering if you could have done anything to prevent this. Okay. I know how to get around that. I just need to do this. Oh, that's just the fire end, huh? Can I just do that? What happens if I don't tell them to get back to work? Okay, you are awakened by what you're hearing. Underlings, the hero will speak to you. He inquires about a maid, blah blah blah. Heroes can kill demons, but this guy seemed like he was bad at his job, in your opinion. Whatever, you're still feeling sleepy, so you go right back to your nap. You hear voices in the hall. You're unsure how long you slept. The sound of a shutting door forces you awake. Before you know it, everything around you is being blah blah blah. That wasn't even a new ending. Huh. Got the day off. Okay. Not hungry, so the maiden survives. Tell her she better go home. Got the day off. Let her stay for a while. Before you even know how to react, he makes his move and the maiden makes hers. She uses her own body to shield you from the hero's blade. Why? Why has this happened? The maiden falls to the floor, lifeless. As the pool of blood beneath her grows, so does your rage. The hero has taken something precious from this world. You lose control, and the hero is obliterated. Ah, I already got this too. Wait, Vengeful Lord and Lord B. No, I had gotten this one, because I was at 35 before. So, 6 more. I don't really know. I don't really know what to go for. Dutiful hero? No. Okay, so dutiful, heroic, but he doesn't solve things without violence. Let's try that. Grant the day off. No, hang on. Grant the day off. Let her stay for a while. Let them go. How do I... There has to be a way to make the demon underling have more roles. Because I'm missing something here. Merciful. So... Yeah, the skull always signifies a death. Oh, that's why I got all the underling already. So that means underling only has 3. That means, okay, so one more for the hero, so let's figure that out. Slaughter, ask if I'll let you in, reset, okay. So I think the maiden is pretty necessary for... You make it to the Overlord chamber and hope that you're still in time to save the maiden. You find the maiden just being held captive by the Overlord, just as you suspected, but for some reason you can't sense anything sinister happening. You all look at each other in surprising confusion. There's no time to hesitate. Okay, no. Okay. Okay, anytime I basically down the demon army, I'll go on that route. You pause, blah blah blah, file creatures. Flee, ask what's going on, reset, okay. Maybe you scream at the sound of the underling. I don't think that one matters, honestly. Okay. There's one more route for the... hero. I don't think this does anything, right? Yeah. What's the one route left for the hero? Okay. Not possessive. Diplomatic, ask the main what's going on. Disloyal. Flee. Ask. Yeah. The last 6 is hard. I don't really know what I need. Resolute. I mean, like, I could try, like, all the combinations, right? But that's so many. Leave. Didn't change anything. I'm pretty sure I've done this combination before, but I'm kind of just, like, randomly changing stuff now. So let's try this combination. kind of weird because, like, the underling definitely has no more things. But I feel like the underling actions are important for preventing the rebellion. I don't really know. Okay, here's a new one. You don't want to cause any trouble, so you figure it's time to go home. I want to let you counter a hero. He asks you what you're doing. Don't you know it's the overnight castle, blah blah blah? Ugh, same thing here. Okay. What if he is hungry? No, he's just dead. Oops. Return. Now, grab the hero. Oh, the Overlord spares on underling. You feel relieved, but does it make any difference? Will you all burn together? Maiden's true end. It can't end like this. You want to answer the maiden's prayers. You decide to find a way to save everyone. But retracing the past you've seen so far, there doesn't seem to be any room to avoid a bad ending. Is there really nothing you can do to keep them all from getting killed in the end? There's nothing you can do by acting from within their story. Maybe it's time to take things into your own hands. Whoa. You boldly insert yourself in the story and use your incredible power to warp everyone's safety. You didn't know you could do that. What's going on here? Take a moment to look at yourself. You are you. But why are you pitch black? Well, if this body doesn't accurately represent you, you move past it. The hero, maiden, underling, and overlord have been staring at you too. They look like they don't really know what they're supposed to do right now. You guess that's because you're usually the one guiding them. What will you say to them? Hey guys. You smile awkwardly and introduce yourself. The maiden is the first to respond. My prayers have been answered. You must be... a god? No, you're merely the player. If there's any god here, they'd be the final boss. That's just how these role-playing games go. Now you realize what the real true ending must be. Now. Enough of this. I admit I've been encouraging you all along, but a self-insert story? How passe. You watch helplessly as tragedy descends from the heavens. You didn't honestly believe that you were the only one who could force your way into the stage, did you? I am the narrator, storyteller, god of this world. Call me tragedy if you like. Darkness enveloped your party. You don't mind if I send each of them back to relive one of their many bad endings, right? You were alone in the darkness with me, tragedy. I sincerely hope you've been enjoying your time in my theater. But I can't abide you stealing the show without permission. It's quite disrespectful. I'm sick of all these bad endings. And frankly, you should have never come to a place called Bad End Theater. Haven't we already been over this? Think defeating me might just be the only way to see a better ending? It's all that's left for you, isn't it? Well, this does sound like it could be entertaining. Show me what you've got. It's time to fight God. Stage is time for your final battle against me, the god of this world. What will you do? How you fight against tragedy itself? I'd love to see it. Attack! Try your best to turn me down, but you can't seem to do any damage. You don't truly exist in this world after all. Oh, is that all? You'll never do for me like that. You're right. But you don't understand just how outclassed you are here. Behold, my beautifully tragic tales. Then seeing them all again make your heart ache? You've witnessed 36 of my painstakingly crafted endings. Your heart does indeed ache for these characters. How could you want to put an end to all this? Do you truly care for them all that much? They're still suffering backstage, you know. It's a shame they couldn't make it here to the end of the world. That's right, you came here to save them. You can't do this alone. Summon! You find the hero in his home, hunched over a sewing table. Your sudden intrusion scares the hell out of the poor guy. Are you some kind of demon? You explain that no, you're not a demon. How can you explain this in a way the hero can understand? Instead, you ask what he's sewing. Oh, this? I craft all my own hero gear. You sense his pride in his hobby. You wonder if the costumes are what attracted him to the role of hero. Would you like any clothes? You don't seem to be wearing any. Remember the state of your body and decide that yes, some clothes from the hero would be nice. He is overjoyed by your answer. Apparently his outfits are too gaudy for the other townsfolk, so no one else wants them. The true end for the hero suddenly becomes clear. You were offered to change his fate. You can make a living as a tailor rather than a hero? Please, tell me what I can do to reach that dream. The hero will now fight alongside you. I agreed to follow you, but I didn't expect to face something like this. The hero has arrived. We really couldn't have a final boss battle without him. You're the one who's been killing us. Murderer! I can't truly call myself a hero until I see you defeated. We'll see about that. Tragedy attacks hero with a terrible fate. Summon. You have to find the maiden as she exits the church. Her heart set on meeting a demon. Perfect timing. She approaches you, having already taken notice of your odd form. Excuse me, are you a traveler? I've never seen anyone like you before. You explain that no, you're not a traveler. Well, maybe you are, in a sense. You've come all this way. The maiden regards you with excited curiosity. And perhaps you might be a demon. I was hoping I would meet one today. You think of all the terrible fates that hope would bring about. She's the catalyst of this story, after all. My role as the maiden is to be captured by the Overlord, but you see, I've grown so tired of waiting. You remember this part. She wanted to understand her role better, and so... You ask what it is she was really hoping to gain from this. The maiden is confused by your question. Perhaps it was as simple as wanting to reach the place she felt like she belonged. The true end for this maiden suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change your fate. If there is something I can do to find fulfillment, then please, guide me. The maiden will now fight alongside you. What is this terrible creature? You, me, dear maiden. Is tragedy really such a terrible thing to behold? I remember now. I remember all the awful things you put us through. And this should be familiar to you as well. Tragedy attacks you with a terrible fate. Summon. You approach as the gates of the Overlord's castle. The underling is on guard duty as you expected. They call to you. The other demon guard is sound asleep. Hey, you're a pretty weird looking intruder. What do you want? You say that no, you're not an intruder, although you're definitely intruding into their story right now. You tell the underling you've come to save them from tragedy. Okay, try saving me from boredom first. I hate this job. The underling snickers. You ask what kind of job they'd rather have. It'd be best if I didn't have to work at all. I just want to live a carefree life and never get bossed around or picked on. You think of the underling's friends who would bully them into the assassination plot only to betray them in the end. If they kept better company, maybe they wouldn't feel so restless. The true end for the underling suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change their fate. So there's a way that even work can be fun? Sounds fake, but I'll tag along with you just in case. The underling will now fight alongside you. Wait, what the F? You didn't say anything about a boss battle. The underling, You must be desperate to call upon such an unreliable ally. Oh, if I beat this guy up, all my problems will be over. Oh, but it won't be that easy. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. Summon. You enter the Overlord's room, relieved to see the fire contained to the torches on the walls. When you close the door behind you, the Overlord rises from her slumber. Who are you? Have you come to reside in my castle and serve me? You explain that no, you're not here to serve her. It's more like you've come to do her a favor. You ask why she spends all day sleeping instead of commanding her demon army. She laughs in response. Many of my underlings certainly think I should be more aggressive with the humans, like my father before me. His quest for revenge was endless and self-perpetuating. There was a reason I had to destroy him. You can't help but think it's a little late in the game to be getting some new backstory. I have no interest in waging war on humans. I merely wish to be left alone, to live a peaceful, indulgent life in my castle. You realize she must actually be very lonely, only surrounded by classic soldiers instead of friends. No wonder she gets so attached to the maiden. The true end for the Overlord suddenly becomes clear. You offer to change your fate. My own attempts at peace have been rather imperfect. If you offer a solution, then very well, I will follow you. The Overlord will now fight alongside you. I see, so this is tragedy. Ah, you brought the Overlord. I don't stand a chance now. You've prevented me from attaining peace for long enough. Prepare to die. Ha ha ha. I hope you're prepared to face your death as well. Tragedy attacks with a terrible fate. Ha ha ha. Now that the whole party's here, can you solve my final puzzle? Which combinations will open the true path to your true ending? Show me. Willpower. Reign of terror ends here, tragedy. I refuse to give in. The hero uses willpower to overcome tragedy. Tragedy is reeling. Hope. Our true endings do exist, they simply must. The maiden hopes with all her heart to overcome tragedy. Tragedy is reeling. Tenacity. Knock me down, I'll just come back stronger. The underling uses their tenacity to overcome tragedy. Tragedy is reeling. Ambition. I'll reach my true ending with my own willpower. The overlord user ambitious nature to overcome tragedy. This is it. With everyone's hearts united, you take aim towards your best possible futures. You all unleash one final attack to destroy tragedy once and for all. Hey, we beat tragedy. Ha 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 ha, you've done it. You managed to defeat me. A tragic ending for tragedy itself. I love it. I must thank you all for fulfilling your roles perfectly. Thank you, hero. Thank you, maiden. Thank you, underling. Thank you, overlord. Enough of this nonsense. We defeated you, so die already. Don't worry, I'll be making my exit shortly. Finally, thank you, most of all. We couldn't have made it here without you. Yes, my bad at theater did contain a truly good ending after all. I'll apologize for antagonizing you for so long. I wanted to deliver a satisfying story. Was I able to do it? I wonder. No? Well, I did my best. Happy endings shouldn't always come easily. Reality is not so kind. We've learned this one. Here's your true ending. Your true end. Nice. You know what? I'm gonna leave it there for today. Or probably just like end it there. If you want to get the rest of the endings, which I think there are a couple more, right? Like 4 more endings, I think. Ooh. Play the game for yourself. I left a link down below in the description. Yeah, let's kind of chill until the end of this credits. The song is kind of nice. Your true end. Yeah, there's only an option to exit the theater right now, so exit the theater. So cool. That was a short game, but that was Bad End Theater. Yeah, again, if you want to check out all the other endings, I left the description in the... or I left a link to the game in the description. Probably no stream until next week. Thursday I'm for sure busy, so no stream there, but I'll probably be starting on a new series, so we'll see how that goes. I know nothing about the series and the graphics are pretty interesting, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, if you liked, please subscribe, leave a comment and a like. Follow me on Twitter at Tsukino Mafuyu for updates on upcoming streams. It's probably the best place for any notification or update on streams when they come. I usually post around 5 p.m. after work. I am a working adult after all. And I usually stream at 9 p.m. Pacific. So, yeah, cool. That was Bad End Theater. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good rest of your week, I guess. See you later. Bye-bye. Peace.